Keep on rocking the free world.
Keep on rocking the free world.
All right, I'm going to attempt a very, very narrow drive through here.
I can help you.
Large double, please.
Anything else?
That's all.
Move forward.
Thank you. You know, this is one of those drive-throughs where I could just barely make it through with my last RV, which was 22 feet. So about 1.5 feet longer than this one. And sometimes I'd have to do the Austin Powers maneuver to get through, but this one I can just get through perfectly. Hey.
Hi.
Thank you. Oh yeah, get my crack. So, heading to, I'm on the North Shore right now in North Vancouver. I'm heading to Vancouver proper. Go visit a friend for dinner. And then I got a photo shoot booked for tomorrow for my promo modeling company. And that brings me to the the subject of this video. People keep asking, what do you do for work? I don't get it. Why? Why do you care? Why is that important? People ask, do people ask that to people on YouTube who live in apartments or houses? How does that have any relevance to me living in my RV? I'm just a guy living in the city who works a regular job. I've said that 1,000 times before, and I'll probably say it 1,000 times again. Since I've been doing YouTube, I've worked at several different jobs. I've been all over the board. I worked at Ski Hill for many years. I worked as a baker for a few years. I worked as a marketing manager for one of the country's biggest media companies with an office downtown, suit and tie. I've worked at a custom t-shirt place as a sales manager. I don't know, I've been all over the board, and right now I'm working as a truck driver. I don't think it's important where or exactly what I drive or what I deliver or what the name of the company is. That's none of the internet's business. But the point is, I work a regular job just like anyone else. And people in their RVs living in cities all over the place, they work regular jobs. I even know a gentleman who, he's a real estate agent. He sells multi-million-dollar homes all around Metro Vancouver, but he chooses to live in a small Winnebago. And he actually rides his motorcycle to work most of the time, to his office. But he's pretty good with his vehicle too. He moves it around every day or two, so he doesn't just squat with his vehicle. He knows the rules. So he lives in his RV and he banks all the money. He's not doing it to save it and buy a house. He's doing it because he loves the lifestyle, just like I do. And sometimes he takes a few months off and he just takes off. I mean, what a great way to live. Like, he just bought himself all that freedom. I think a lot of people look at this lifestyle as because they're trying to save money, quote unquote, air quotes there. Whereas a lot of us do it because we just love this lifestyle. Like, to me, it makes no difference if it costs more or less than renting a place in the city. I would still choose this lifestyle. And one of the side effects of this lifestyle is you could save a lot of money. Right, so a lot of RV dwellers like to do those videos, those stereotypical, how much it cost me to live this way, like per month cost videos. I don't do those because every month is different. And I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably live on a few $100s a month, but that means like finding a place to park, maybe walking to work, or maybe taking a bus to work, and not doing anything on the weekends, and not eating out. I mean, all the ways to save money living in an RV are the same as the ways to save money living in an apartment or a house. There's really no difference except that one big payment, the rent payment you don't have to make every month. But if you want to live comfortably and you want to do what you want to do, you can easily spend as much or more than people renting. Now, here in BC on the south coast, I mean, the people are always complaining about the cost of gas. It's incredibly expensive here compared to anywhere else in North America. It's $1.55 a liter now. So somebody on my Facebook page was telling me that that's somewhere around $5 per US gallon, because they use gallons in the USA, a different measurement down there. But we get used to it after a while, and the average rent here is $2,100 a month. That's right, over $2,000 a month for one bedroom apartment. So cost is all perspective, and where you live it's going to be different, of course, but economies are different everywhere too. Minimum wage is different, and the availability of work is different. But the point is, I can easily spend that $2,100 living this way. But it's doing things that I like to do. Like, for example, I can fill up my gas tank and not complain about the gas price, because I don't have to worry about that rent payment and the hydro bill payment and all the other bills associated with living in sticks and bricks. And the ferries, you know, a lot of people take the ferries regularly. Some people weekly, some people daily for work. And it can cost $60 to $70 one-way trip just from Vancouver to Victoria with the car and one passenger. And then there's all the other islands and all the other ferry routes. We have, what, 38 ferries and 25 routes or something like that. It's the biggest independently owned ferry system in the world. BC Ferries connects all of the communities in this area, all the islands, all the cities on the islands connected to Vancouver. So ferries are a huge part of our highway system, but it's expensive, especially if you got to do it on a regular basis. But if you're living in an RV and you're not paying that rent, suddenly I've got that, this is the way I look at it, suddenly I've got that $2,000 to play with. So I'm not really worried about 70 bucks to jump on a ferry. Seriously? Now, I understand why other people in this city are complaining about the cost all the time, but if you're living this lifestyle, suddenly it's affordable to take off for the weekend and get on a ferry, go to one of the islands, go camping or explore another city. Suddenly it doesn't matter if it costs 150 bucks to fill my gas tank. Suddenly it doesn't matter the cost to drive up to ski hills and buy a lift ticket. Like, all these things that are prohibitively expensive for the average Joe are suddenly affordable when you live this lifestyle. So sometimes I catch myself spending more than the average person does to live in a one-bedroom apartment here in this city, but I'm spending it on things I want to. I enjoy doing things that make life. If you're just working your whole life to basically pay for the privilege of living in someone else's house, just for a place to put your head down at night, and then you have no money left over to fill your gas tank, to jump on a ferry, to go to the ski hills, or whatever it is you want to do, then you're not living at all. And that's why I chose this lifestyle more than anything, is that now I can spend my money the way I want to spend my money. I love filling up my gas tank. I love paying for the ferries, because it's all within my reach now. And it's not within the reach of so many people in this city, and that's sad. It is sad. BC is such a beautiful, wonderful place to live. We have everything on our doorstep. I can leave this city and go in any direction and be on a chairlift, be sailboating on the ocean, be sitting on a beach, be boating on a lake, be camping. It doesn't matter. It's all right here. You don't have to drive more than an hour in any direction. It's all here. It's part of living in this city. I guess that's one of the reasons why everybody wants to move here, and this city is so damn expensive. But by total coincidence and total fluke, I happen to be living a lifestyle that allows me to experience all these things that other people have to plan months ahead of time just to do. One thing here, one thing there. Whereas I literally, I'm off on Thursday, I've got a 4-day weekend, cool. I'm just gonna turn my key and go. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to plan ahead. I don't have to budget that gas tank, you know? So it doesn't really bother me if it's $1.55 a liter or $5 per USA gallon. It's not a big deal. So this is why I can't do one of those, how much does it cost me to live this way lifestyle. I'm not a cheapskate. I'm gonna go out to eat tonight. You know, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna go out and eat because I can, because I don't have to live on Mr. Noodles and loaves of bread. You see what I'm saying? So how much does it cost me to live this way? As much as I want or as little as I want. It's totally within my control. I'm just incredible. That's my opinion, and I live in a van because it's f***ing rad. Oh, and don't forget that if you have any questions for me, anything at all, head on over to the link below in the description, www.rv.life, and ask me anything, literally. And I'll be sure to answer you. So once you ask your question, when I get around to it, I'll answer it, usually the same day. So check back on the site and you'll see a reply from me. And if your question's good enough, I'll do a YouTube video. Keep on rocking in the free world.
You are watching Just Incredible TV.
Want to see more? Become a patron and see exclusive content. Plus, see new, just incredible videos before anyone on YouTube. Head over to patreon.com/JCredTV and keep on rocking in the free world.